Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Amara. Today we'll be talking about true, false, not given, and it's a task in reading model. I promised we'll do this in our last video on reading. True, false, not given can also be known as identifying information. Now, it is important you understand the difference between true, false, and not given. I found out that many test takers tend to find it confusing between false and not given, and this is where they have the major problem. So I'll be sharing with you 8 tips to answer this question and answer it all without failing any of them. But I'll be giving you these 8 tips at the end of the video, so you have to stick with me till the end of the video. Let's move on. We're going to talk about false. When you see it in a question, it usually comes as the statement contradicts the information in the passage. It means that the statement is opposite of what is in the passage. What was given to you in the question is different from what is in the passage. It's opposite from it. Say you were given a boy in the passage. The question is saying a girl. It's opposite. That's what false is. Contradicting. Before I go ahead, if this is your first time here, please kindly click on the subscribe button, like these videos, check out all our previous videos. We have a playlist for IELTS, which would be very helpful to you. Check them out, watch them, like them, and drop a comment. Whatever question you have, please drop it in the comment section, and I promise it will be attended to. Now let's move on. For false, if it is opposite, some of the things may be similar. Now when you're working with false, you might find some of these things are similar, then you miss one word. Once you miss a word there, you feel okay, maybe it's true or maybe it's not given. Once you miss it, that's the end. So you would find that most of them are similar. Most of the words are similar, but not all are the same thing. So you have to be very careful. You have to analyze the question that was given to you properly, analyze the passage too, to find out that one word that changes the whole statement. You find out there's only one word there that will change the whole thing. Now, let's go on to not given. In the passage, you find not given as the information is not found in the passage. That means it means that it is not confirmed or contradicted in the information in the passage. In simple terms, the information was not given. When you read the passage, you don't find it there. It's not there. And once it is not there, it is not given. I read a passage and I find so many things, and let's say in that passage in the question it says Obi is a boy, but you read the whole passage and there is nothing there stating if Obi is a boy. No statement there signifying that Obi is a boy. It simply means that it is not given. Please don't assume that because it is Obi, definitely he's a boy. No. As far as it is not given in that passage, then it is not given. As far as that statement was not written in that passage, then it is not given. Now, true. True, you would find it in the question as the statement matches the information in the passage. So when the statement in the information in the question, and the statement in the passage are the same thing. They match word for word. Okay, maybe not word for word, but they match. Then it is true. When the whole thing is looking the same, there is, even after paraphrasing it, they have the same meaning, then it is true. Now, before we move on, I would like to say that any knowledge that a test taker have, don't bring it with you to the exam. Don't bring it with you to answer the questions. Maybe you have a prior knowledge on that topic and you happen to come across that topic on the exam day. Please delete that knowledge you have from your head. The only thing you should be working with is what is written in the passage. If in the passage they say, for instance, they say Sophia is a boy, please don't say because Sophia is the name of a girl, how can they write in the passage that is the name of a boy? Then you use your own idea, your initiative to answer the question. You would fail it. Please stick with what was given in the passage. If the passage says Sophia is a boy, please, so then Sophia is a boy. Okay, now I'll be giving some examples and solving it at the same time with you. I would show you words that make it different, words that causes a change, words to note out for when you are answering true, false, and not given. Now let's move on to this passage. Let's check this passage out. I have one room available in a large apartment located just off Queen Bathurst in Toronto. The room is fully furnished with a double bed, desk, shelf, and wardrobe. Now, look at the question. The room available has 2 beds. Now, take note of the passage. The passage says the room is fully furnished with a double bed. But the question is saying the room available has 2 beds. Now, double and 2. You might be feeling, okay, double is the same thing with 2. But there's actually a real change there. The room is fully furnished with double bed. Double. 2 beds joined together as double. But the question says the room available has 2 beds. 2 beds. That's 2 separate beds. Double bed, 2 beds. It's opposite of what was given. What is in the passage is saying the room has double bed. But what the question is implying is the room has 2 beds. Double bed is like 2 beds joined together, but they're not separate, so you can't call them 2. It's a double bed. The answer to this is false. You might look at it and want to believe it's true because you say, oh, double and true and 2 are the same thing, but no, it's wrong. Double bed, 2 beds. Please, let's take note on that. Now, let's check another question. The 3rd room is occupied by Simon, who is from Australia. He works part-time in a music shop downtown and is a great drummer. Now, that's from the passage. Now, the question says, the Australian in Sasha's apartment is a musician. Take note, the passage says he works part-time in a music shop downtown and is a drummer. The question says, is a musician. Now, I'll ask you, is a drummer a musician? You might look at it and say, drummer. No, a drummer doesn't sing. But the truth is, a drummer is a musician. So the answer to this question is true. A drummer is a musician and is a great drummer. Is a musician. The meaning is very important. You should take note of the meaning. You are not just looking at if the words are matching. You're not just looking at, because they stated he's a drummer, so I should be expecting a synonym that is in relation to a drummer. No. The meaning also should matter. You're not just checking if they match. What is the meaning implying? The meaning of the meaning around that him being a great drummer is saying he's a musician. Now let's try another question from that same passage. We both like keeping the place neat and tidy. I actually enjoy cleaning in my spare time, and sometimes we do it together as a roommate. The question says, Sasha does all the cleaning in her apartment. If you look at the passage says, I actually enjoy cleaning. But it also says, and sometimes, you see that word sometimes, it changes the whole thing. And sometimes we do it together as a roommate. The question is saying, Sasha does all the cleaning in the apartment. Sometimes all. The passage is saying sometimes, the question is saying all. What do you think it is? It's opposite. It's totally opposite from what the question is totally opposite from what the passage is saying. The passage is saying sometimes Sasha and Simon does the job together, cleans the house together. But the question is implying that Sasha does all the jobs, all the cleaning herself. So it's opposite. The answer to this question is false. The answer is false because sometimes and all has differentiated it all in this particular question. More examples. I love watching movies, exploring, getting out of the city and into the outdoors, and listening to music. Now, check this question out. Sasha likes being in the open air. Sasha likes being in the open air. The passage says, exploring, getting out of the city and into the outdoors. The outdoors also means open air. So it means that it is true. The statement is true. The outdoor also means open air. It's the same thing. They have the same meaning. Outdoors, open air. So the answer is true. Now, another question. We love having people coming from other countries, and it's really fun having opportunity to show them around the neighborhood. It's a great neighborhood, lots of character and plenty to do. That said, we are certainly interested in living with Canadians too. We are very easygoing and open-minded, and I just hope that our new roommates will be the same. The question says, Sasha has never had a roommate from Canada. But the passage is saying, we are clearly interested in living with Canadians. The passage did not write anything about Sasha never having a roommate from Canada. I'm not seeing anything there. Are you? No. So the answer is not given. Because there was nothing said about Sasha never having a roommate from Canada. The only thing said there is we are interested in living with Canadians. So it is not given. That information about never having a roommate from Canada is not in the passage. As far as it is not in the passage, it is not given. Okay, let's try more examples so that it will get you into it. Look at this. The photo competition is back, giving you another chance to win an incredible trip to Swedish Lapland. Do you have a great camera and love traveling? If so, our annual photography competition run by travel section of The Guardian is for you. Now the question says, this is the first year that The Guardian has run a travel photography competition. Take note, first year. That's what the question is saying. But the passage says, our annual photography. Passage is saying it's annual, yearly. The question is saying first year. Opposite. When it is opposite, it is what? It's false. So the answer to this question is false. Because when the passage is saying annual, the question is saying first year. Check out another question. It is an opportunity for you to capture the essence of the journey you make, whether far afield or close to home. The question says, any photograph for the competition must have been taken on an overseas trip. Question is implying that whatever photo you are submitting here must have been taken overseas. But the passage says, whether it is far afield or at home. That at home changes it. The at home means it doesn't have to be overseas. It doesn't have to be overseas. So it's opposite. The question is saying it must be overseas. The passage says overseas, at home, anyone goes. So it is opposite it. It's also false. Okay, check this out. The overall winner, chosen from the 12 monthly winners, will go on an amazing 4-night trip to Swedish Lapland. But the question is saying the trip to Swedish Lapland will only be offered to one winner. Offered to one winner. That's what the question is saying. The passage says it will be the overall winner will go on an amazing 4-night trip to Swedish Lapland. What does it mean? True. Overall winner. There can be only one winner, which is the same thing the question is saying. One winner. Overall, one. The question, one winner. So it is true. The answer to this is true. I hope I've been able to answer your questions on true, false, not given. Now, let me give you tips. Tips to successfully answer the true, false, not given. These are my 8 success tips. If you put these tips to practice, you use it to practice daily, then you won't have a problem with true, false, not given. Number 1, true, false, not given are all about factual information. It is not opinion. Whatever you see in the passage, factual, it is there. You can see it. So it is not asking for your opinion. It is asking for what is in the passage. What can you see in the passage? Answer according to what is in the passage, not your opinion, not your prior knowledge to that passage, not what you think the answer is. What is in the passage. So that's my first tip. Look at for what is in the passage, not what you think the answer is or what you think you know. That's number one. Now, number two, read the question first, then proceed to look for it in the passage. Check out your question first. Read it. You can underline keywords there. Then you move to the passage. One thing you should know about true, false, not given is that before you see answer to number two, you must see answer to number one. It's usually sequential. Number one, in the passage, if you check out the passage, the answer to number one, answer to number two, answer to number three, answer to number four. You cannot see number four first before you see number one. Or you cannot see number two first, number three first before you see number two. No. You must see number one first, then you see number two, then you see number three. So I always recommend that you check the question out. Let's say number one question, you look at it, then you start reading the passage. When you read, you find the answer. You analyze, you check out, okay, is it opposite? Is it the same thing? Is the information there? You must see number one before you see number two. So my second tip is look at the question first before going to the passage. Now my third tip, take note of synonyms. That is similar words that have been paraphrased. Take note of them. Take note of those words, because you might be looking for, like the example we did, the passage said drummer, but the question said musician. Take note of it. It's been paraphrased, it's been changed, similar meaning. So take note of that, it will help you. That's my third tip. Number four, note that it is not just about matching keywords. It's not just about looking for, is there a musician in the passage or a drummer in the passage? Not just about matching keywords. It's also about meaning, matching meaning. Does it mean the same thing? Does what in the passage mean the same thing as what is in the question? If it doesn't mean the same thing, then it is opposite. If it means the same thing, rather, if it is opposite, yes, which is false. If it means the same thing, then it is true. If it is not there at all, it is not given. So don't just go ahead looking for keywords. Also look out for meaning. What does it mean? Look out for meaning too. That's fourth tip. The fifth tip, look out for words that can trap. They have these words that they will confuse you, they will trap you. Words that compare. For example, all, some, majority, sometimes, few. These words, they compare. So look out for them. Once they are there, they can change the whole meaning. So if you ignore them, you're actually making a mistake. Be very watchful of these words that I've mentioned. They change the whole meaning of a passage or of a statement. Now, another thing is, false doesn't mean the info doesn't match. No, that's not what it means. Don't say, because this information and this information doesn't match, then it is false. No, false means it is opposite. It is opposite of what was given in the passage. The statement given in the question is opposite from what was given in the passage. it doesn't mean that it doesn't match. Because you can find some words that are matching, but one particular word will now make it opposite. So it means it is opposite. It doesn't mean that it doesn't match. I gave some examples. If you check them out, some of them actually you find words that match, but like the one I gave, sometimes and all, it was that all that changed it. If not, you would have said, oh, they matched, so it's true. But no, because that all was there, it changed the whole thing, making it opposite of what was given in the passage. Now, the next tip. Most people would ask, can I write T for true, NG for not given, F for false? Yes, you can do it. It's allowed. But if you know you have a bad handwriting, or you just want not to confuse the examiner, I always recommend you write it in full. Spell the true in full. Spell the not given in full. Spell the false in full. You can do that. Now, I'll be giving you a homework. You can just drop the answer in the comment section, and I would tell you if it is correct or it is wrong. Now, take note of this passage. The winner of each month's competition will also see their shots mounted and displayed in the end of the year exhibition for the public at the Guardian's offices in London. Now, the question. The end of the year exhibition in London is free for the public to attend. Compare the question and the passage, analyze it, and write down whatever you think the answer is on the comment section, and I promise I would attend to it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video very useful, very helpful. Don't forget to subscribe if this is your first time here. Like this video and go to our other videos, our playlist, watch them and like them. In the subsequent week, we'll be dropping more videos on reading the task type multi-choice question. Yes, our next video will be on multi-choice question. We'll also be dropping more videos on writing. So turn on your post notification bell so that whenever the video drops, you will be alerted so you don't miss anything out. I'll see you in our next video. Bye.